First of all, you nasty, and I wouldn't be eating no type of snake at all. You nasty boy.
Snakes eat rats.
Snakes eat anything. Yeah. They eat you.
Chicken eat anything. Chicken eat shit.
Pigs eat anything. They don't eat pork.
Yeah, I don't mess with swine. All right, we out.
Come on. Let's see you score.
Oh,
yo. I know. Oh my God. Got it in there. I got one in there.
Well, it's week 2 of camp for me. Having some fun. All right, helping the Canelo and getting myself ready.
Yo, I still miss.
You know my sport, yo. I'm good with these. I'm good with these. I'm great with these. Not no kicking.
Yeah, I wanted to just be out, get outside of my comfort zone, get outside the field, you know, and get some different work. Be in a high altitude, you know, go back home and great shit, and finish my camp off, you know, get ready for October 11th, you know, I'm on a spectacular knockout, you know, at the new weight division.
Go! They coming back. No more fat boy.
I
feel great. We about to go to McDonald's. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret order. It's called the CVG order. You gotta get 2 McChickens with cheese, add the mac sauce. You gotta add the mac sauce, large fry. You can go medium. If you in camp, you gotta go medium hot C. If you outside of camp, you gotta go medium Sprite or Coke. It's a flex, yeah. It's a good flex. No, I feel good, dog. I feel great being at 154, you know, and the sky's the limit, you know.
Did you train today? Listen to Canelo. You think?
Hey, buddy, let me tell you something. You wanna be a champion? Or just a mediocre boxer? Champion? You wanna be a champion or just a mediocre fighter? Champion, right? So you need to fucking train every day. And focus. Eat healthy. Okay? Right.
You need to hear that.
Don't pull out. There you go. Yeah, that's the good side. That's it.
¿No se pudo, hijo? No, células. Entraste tú, se me desconectó a mí. Ya cerré donde estás.
Jaron Boots, Ennis is one of the most feared fighters in the 154-pound division. The Philadelphia native shocked the boxing world when he teamed up with legendary Mexican former undisputed super middleweight champion Canelo Alvarez for a training camp. The two stars worked together while Boots was preparing to move up to super welterweight for his fight against Angolan boxer Chisanga Lima at the time. Few people could have imagined that just a few months later, Boots would be challenging Xander Zayas for his first major world title at 154 pounds. That training camp with Canelo could prove extremely valuable as Boots prepares for June 27th, when he looks to make history in the biggest fight of his career.
Yeah, so it's kind of like my second one, but it was a great, great experience. You know, I love being out there. It was fun. You know, I had a great time.
All right. Being that this was your second time, right? What do you feel like you gained from it?
Just having fun. You know, being in there with what do you got? Canelo got 70 fights or something like 67 fights or something like that.
Yeah.
So it was just cool being there. You'd be able to share the ring with him. You know, having fun. You know, learning different things. And I was out there fishing. I was doing a bunch of different stuff. You know, it was cool to get away. you know, and I love that I, you know, experienced that, you know, getting away, sparring Canelo, fishing, just having fun, you know, with my brother, you know, and things like that. So it was cool.
Why did you feel like this was the perfect time to do that?
I feel like it was the perfect time because, like you said, I'm moving up in weight, and I want to just, you know, experience something different. You know, I always do camp in Philly, and I just wanted to do something different, and I definitely think I'm gonna take my whole next full camp to, you know, over there, and where we was at. You know, I loved it out there. You know,
Boots training with Canelo came as a huge surprise to boxing fans. However, the decision to work together was a strategic move for both fighters at the time. Canelo was preparing for his massive showdown with Terrence "Bud" Crawford. Canelo ultimately lost that fight and surrendered his undisputed titles. But during an interview, Canelo explained how he ended up sharing a training camp with Boots Ennis in the first place.
Hello, first things first. A lot has been made about your sparring session with Boots, with Boots Ennis. How did that happen? What happened?
I cannot say much, but he called us and say if he can go and sparring with me and everything. I say, of course, right? A fighter like me, we always want great sparrings because there is the thing, right? And I have history with the family because 14 years ago, his older brother helped me for Sugar Shane Motley and Alfonso Gomez. So it's Derek Ennis. So he helped me. So he was 14 years old at that time, by the way. And it was good, very good. And I'm very grateful with him because he made that time to go. And
since that training camp, Boots has looked extremely sharp and dangerous. He didn't just defeat Lima. He stopped him in the first round, further establishing himself as one of the top fighters in the division. That a potential showdown with Virgil Ortiz Jr. was then being discussed. But that fight fell apart following disagreements between Eddie Hearn and Ortiz's promoter, Oscar de la Hoya. Ortiz's lawsuit against Golden Boy Promotions and de la Hoya over alleged contract issues became another major obstacle, effectively ending the possibility of that matchup. But there was a silver lining. Xander Zayas stepped up and agreed to defend his unified WBA and WBO titles against Boots Ennis.
Xander, everyone is already buzzing about this fight. How are you feeling, and why was it important for you to take the toughest test of your career at such an early stage?
Manu, thank you for the time. Thank you for being here. Man, everybody, like you said, is buzzing. I feel like this is the biggest fight of 2026 thus far. And it was important for me because for me to say that I'm the best, I got to face the best. And Jaron Boots Ennis is one of the best names in the division, you know, alongside other fighters and myself. So come June 27th, I will claim why I'm the best 154-pounder in the world.
And like you said, everyone is buzzing, everyone's talking about it. Jaron Ennis himself, he's giving you immense credit, and rightfully so, for taking this fight when you had the leverage to call the shots and choose any route you preferred.
Yeah.
At the age of 23, what does it speak to you? What does it speak for you as the fighter you are?
Man, I feel like a lot of people will love or love to be average in life. I wasn't born to be average. I was born to make history. I was born to keep writing history. I've been writing it since the day I was born. And this is no exception. This is the biggest name. This is the biggest test. And I'm gonna write history one more time. That's what it's all about. That's what you're in the sport of boxing for. It's easy to just get complacent and just fight old names or old guys that were champion 3-4 years ago, or just fight an easy fight that you know you could win and get easy money. But when everything is on the line, when a lot of people is doubting you, that's when the stakes are high. That's when you got to perform, and that's where I perform at my best.
This fight could turn out to be one of the biggest matchups of the year. Zayas may be young and relatively inexperienced compared with Boots, but his confidence heading into the fight speaks volumes. While Zayas holds the belts and enters the fight as the champion, many people in boxing still view Boots as the favorite. All you have to do is look at the latest training footage coming out of the Boots camp. He looks focused, sharp, and ready for the biggest challenge of his career. Boots looks extremely sharp heading into the fight, but Xander Zayas isn't far behind. The latest press conference. Neither fighter wasted the opportunity to gain a mental advantage before June 27. Both men appeared confident, and the tension between them continued to build.
Yeah, touch him. That's the closest you're gonna get to them. That's the closest you're gonna get to them. I guarantee that.
See the size of both these guys. Xander, extremely career-long. No 154. Jaron Ennis in his second fight in the junior middleweight division.
I guarantee you, but I make no mistake. I ain't gonna miss. Small, man.
You're small. You small. You're a baby. And I'm gonna show you.
Both guys very confident going into this fight.
Hey guys, let's stretch right ahead, boys.
That way.
Zayas is only 23 years old, but his composure during their first face-off showed that he isn't intimidated by the challenge in front of him. Even though he holds the belts, many fans see Zayas as the challenger because he is facing a fighter that most opponents have tried to avoid. The face-off also gave fans their first real look at the physical differences between the two fighters. Zayas appeared noticeably bigger and bulkier than Boots Ennis. The tension eventually boiled over, and security had to step in to separate the two fighters.
As I mentioned, for Boots Ennis, took him 34 fights to become unified at 147. Now here he is, second fight into his career, junior middleweight, trying to become a unified champion here. If you hold that stare long enough, something like that is bound to happen.
With their first press conference already ending in heated drama, fans can expect an explosive fight. Boots Ennis is usually known for being calm and composed, but this time he looked much more aggressive and clearly wanted to get under Zayas' skin. He didn't hesitate to take shots at his opponent. Boots even questioned the negotiations surrounding the fight and accused Zayas of being a coward with a paycheck.
The 54, the Virgil Ortiz fight's happening. We all know what happened there. And all of a sudden, you know, the great news of the DAZN partnership with Top Rank, and, you know, we started talking, and all of a sudden they said, I think we can make Xander Zayas against Jaron Boots Ennis. I said, absolutely no chance. There is no chance this fight will be made. Top Rank won't allow it. Xander Zayas is a young, incredible fighter. There is no way he will fight Jaron Boots Ennis. And I'm actually sitting here still in shock that this fight is made. And I have to give unbelievable credit to Xander Zayas, because you are a great fighter, but you must have a massive...
The mind games have officially begun. Boots used the press conference to repeatedly bring up the fight negotiations and financial details. He suggested that Zayas and his team may have been focused on financial security because they knew they were facing a dangerous opponent. Boots appeared to be using those comments to put additional psychological pressure on Zayas. The strategy seemed to work, as Zayas spent much of the press conference defending the decisions made by his team.
Bro, there's levels, and I'm really going to show you why I'm like that. And if you really, like I said, if you really believe yourself, you would have took the 55-45 straight like that.
There's levels, and you're gonna be uncomfortable when it comes to June 27th. Promise.
I fought every style. All
right.
What can you bring to the table?
All right.
What can you bring to the table?
You'll see what the 23-year-old brings to the table June 27th. You can ask one of your sparring partners. He knows.
Who?
He knows. He's sitting right in front of you.
You said what?
And he is sparring partner?
Who?
Omari?
No.
No,
Mari,
you can ask him. He's part of the stable.
No, he not.
I don't know what
He's
you
part of he's part of the Matchroom stable.
Yeah,
he knows
definitely part of the
what I
Matchroom
bring to the table.
But like I said, bro, I'm gonna show you why. I'm gonna take them belts.
Right.
The belts come back home to Philadelphia.
At the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. That's what it comes down to. And I want to see it.
I'm taking them belts.
And
they
that's
come back
what
to
it
Philadelphia
is.
straight like that.
Hey, you're supposed to think that way.
Ain't no think I know.
You're supposed.
Boots believes there are levels to boxing, and he feels he is far ahead when it comes to experience. His father and trainer, Ennis, also believes they have the advantage heading into the fight. Bozy warned that the fight could end early with a stoppage victory for Boots at the same time. He wants Zayas to bring out the very best version of his son. He believes Boots still has additional levels that fans haven't seen yet. Bozy promised that fans should expect an exciting fight when the two fighters meet on June 27th.
I know you've been waiting on pins and needles for Jaron to get his next fight. Well, it took you guys 34 fights to become unified at 147. Now you got the opportunity here to do it in one fight, or two fights, I guess, at 154. You hear a lot of confidence coming from the side of Xander Zayas. What's your level of confidence going into this?
Well, that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? Like Eddie just got finished saying. But I think he bit off too much. That's what I think. I think, see, one thing about Boots, he can box and he'll fight you inside. So it don't make no difference what way he coming. You know what I mean? And also, Boots can punch. You know what I mean? Xander, a great fighter to me. He's a good fighter. That's one of my top guys I like. You know what I mean? But it's gonna be a good fight as long as it lasts. Remember that, as long as it lasts.
So you think this fight ends in a stoppage?
It's gonna be a stoppage, yes.
You know, you guys had Virgil Ortiz on your mind for the last couple of months, preparing us mentally maybe for that type of style. This man over here, like you said, great fighter, very different style than Virgil. What is it going to take to win a fight like this?
Well, I can't give you that information. You know what I mean? But
I had to ask.
You will see. You will see when the time comes, right? Like I said, I mean, he's a good boxer. I mean, he does it all. You know what I mean? And this is what I want him to do. I want him to take Boots to another level. See, Boots got so many different levels they can go to. Y'all didn't see the other levels that he can go to. You know what I mean? Y'all just seen it a little bit. I want somebody to bring it out of you. And I think he's the guy probably to do it. And you will see. Remember, Xander can punch, Boots can punch too. So you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful.
Boots and his team view this as a must-win fight, especially considering the difference in experience between the two fighters. Most experts analyzing the matchup seem to share a similar view. Boots has been through tougher situations and faced a higher level of competition, while Zayas is still building his experience at the championship level. That experience could become one of the most important factors once the bell rings.
It's a 60-40 split for sure. It's a 60-40 split for sure.
Well, in that case, does the fight go the distance in your eyes?
It's a coin toss on that. It's a coin toss on that. Why? Boots gonna feel his power too. Boots gonna feel Shorty's power too. And at some point, I feel like he's gonna get responsible. He's gonna get responsible. But he's still gonna have that belief in himself, like, I'm gonna still whoop his ass. It's alright. Oh, he got some thump though. He was working with Canelo. You see, he was working with Canelo. Right, Canelo got those thumpers in both hands. Everybody knows it. That's what I'm saying. I felt like Canelo, he was just going for somebody that was a little more crafty and faster. Boots is a smaller fighter, faster, a little more hand speed, and he's crafty. You know what I mean? That's what Canelo was going for as far as camp-wise, dealing with this opponent that he had, Terrence Crawford. But I mean, hey, Bud ain't Boots, Ennis, and vice versa. You can't train for somebody, to the T, thinking that you're gonna bring a sparring partner and he's gonna get you ready to the T. You still gotta go in there and adapt to the person that you gotta fight. That's just a simulation. The sparring, bringing up somebody from out of town that can mimic what you think you're gonna go up against, that's a simulation. That's just to get you used to seeing certain things, But the real deal, you still gonna have to adjust to that. But it's gonna help you adjust more easier when you got somebody that's been simulating, you know, what you think you're going to go up against versus somebody that's a brawler, and then you go in there and fight Terence Crawford and he all over the ring on your ass.
Boxing legend Shane Mosley offered a potential blueprint that could help Zayas deal with Boots' Ennis power and technical ability. Although Mosley sees this as a difficult fight for the young champion, he hasn't completely ruled Zayas out. He believes Zayas has enough experience and ability to make the fight competitive. However, Mosley believes Zayas will need to use his movement and actively engage with Boots if he wants a realistic chance of winning. Standing directly in front of a technically gifted fighter like Boots could be a major mistake. If Zayas allows Boots to control the distance and pace, he could quickly find himself at a serious disadvantage. According to Mosley, Zayas needs to stay mobile, choose his moments carefully, and avoid giving Boots easy opportunities to dictate the fight.
Both fighters undefeated, 23 years old, Xander Zayas, Jaron Boots Ennis at 28 years old. He has 35 knockouts, 31 knockouts in 35 fights. He's the favorite. He's a 5-1 favorite going into it right now. What are your thoughts? I think it's a little bit too much. I think it's a lot closer than.
Yeah, I think it's a lot closer too because Xander Zayas is a really good boxer, puncher. Well, you know, he's really big for 154.
Absolutely.
And I think that he can move around really good. He got a lot of great combinations and stuff like that. But it's going to be a tough fight for him because Boots is actually a big fighter too as well and has a lot of skills. Not just punching power, but he has a lot of boxing skills as well. And he can go from right-handed to left-handed, you know, at any time. So that could be a problem for Xander Zayas. But I think both guys, it's going to be a hard fight. And I think it'll be a very interesting fight to see what happens. So I'm not really sure the outcome of that, but I think that it'll be a great fight.
Yeah, so somebody's has to go. That's what I like about these fighters. You have to give a lot of credit to Xander Zayas for even stepping up to the plate, you know, with a skillful fighter like Jaron Boots Ennis. But Shane, if you were training Xander Zayas, how do you get the job done? How do you nullify that speed? How do you stop that power?
Well, I think that Xander Zayas will have to be more of a volume puncher, kind of like with, you know, what I'm thinking his name, Fendura.
Yes.
Like Fendura was like a volume puncher. And I think that he has to keep Boots in his, you know, occupied with all the punches and movements and stuff like that. But if he stays there right in front of him, then, you know, then Boots is going to, you know, take his toll on him. But I think that activity for Xander Zayas will be the key for him.
Boxing trainer Zab Judah recently compared Zayas and Boots Ennis, and his analysis strongly favored Boots. Judah believes Ennis has a major advantage because of his experience and the high-level training environment he has experienced in Philadelphia. According to Judah, Boots has spent years going through demanding gym sessions and working with quality sparring partners. That experience has helped make him a more mature and seasoned fighter at this stage of his career. When comparing their professional records, Judah was not particularly impressed with the level of opposition Zayas has faced. He acknowledged that Zayas is talented, but believes his resume doesn't have the same depth as Boots' record. Even when his co-host pointed to Zayas' recent victories over quality opponents, Judah continued to argue that Ennis has the stronger overall body of work. Ultimately, Judah believes Boots' maturity, experience, and exposure to different styles will be the deciding factors that he repeatedly described the upcoming matchup as a fight that belongs to Boots Ennis.